Hello and welcome to episode 71. Today we examine and will review the special edition Game & Watch that was given away by Nintendo of Japan in a tournament competition, which is beautifully housed in a bright yellow unique Mr. Famicom disc case. So, I'm pleased to formally present the not for sale, rare and highly collectible Super Mario Bros. YM901S Game & Watch by Nintendo. Given away to successful high-scoring players, or raffled to competitors back in August 19 of 1987. 10,000 were produced, with the majority of the 6,000 going to the highest scorers, and 4,000 going to the remaining entrants through a lottery system. The instruction sheet, which was only printed in Japanese, mirrors the text from both episodes 49 and 68, that previously reviewed the identical gameplay of today's handheld. The instruction sheet was printed on bright yellow paper, to complement both the disc case and games unit, adding to the cleverly thought out overall design. But, before we get ahead of ourselves, I'll need to look back at last week's What in the World photo quiz question, where here on our channel we ask you to guess what a Nintendo item is, from a ridiculously small frame of a much larger picture. And, as I draw back the image, it immediately becomes clear what this item was. It's a Nintendo 64 Classic Gray controller. Well, did you get it right? As always, I'd be more than happy for any of the viewers to this channel to comment in the section below, on what their best guess is each week. So please stay tuned to the end of this episode for another What in the World? And hopefully you'll feel comfortable in sharing your comments on both your speculation and insight on another photographic mystery. While I'm ultimately focused on the Game & Watch prize, the competition presented several different awards for different games played. Seen here is an example of 3 prize items, a stationery set, together with a mechanical pencil, scissors and tape measure, seen next to a gold Famicom disc, this one being a golf game, and the course is Japan, although an American golf course was also available. The original Famicom disc was yellow in color, and these cute branded discs, together with the Famicom console accessory, known as the disc reader, would allow, when inserted and read from the data on these floppy disks, more powerful games. These were intended to make home console gaming bigger, cheaper and quicker than the early adopted games cartridge that are now synonymous with Nintendo's early consoles. The prize golden discs are fully operational games, however, they are really a simple collectible for tournament players as a keepsake. The common yellow discs are rewritable. A commercial machine can write on both sides of the floppy disk, but for the tournament competition the discs were blue, and you could fax the top score back to Nintendo. This was how the competition was conducted. The Famicom F1 race game was the one run for the Game & Watch prize. And here you can see the other 3 main prizes with their corresponding tournament games, but it's the Game & Watch we're focusing on here. Accompanying the actual Game & Watch was a detailed player's guide, a congratulatory letter, and even a super cute driver's license. This is an example of when Nintendo did it right. Unusually, there is not going to be an extended gameplay today in this episode. To see gameplay simply go to episode 49, and there is a link in the description below, because it is identical to today's Star and Focus's gameplay, and I don't want to simply duplicate the narrations. Also episode 68 has near identical gameplay, although the LCD sprites are more primitive. Here we can see the resting screen going through its simulated gameplay. As always it's difficult to clearly film due to lighting issues, but I did want to show it's operational. The Mario sprite is quite advanced and modern looking. This is as you might expect for 1987. And, although we are focused on the Game & Watch, it's equally true that it is the most sought out and desirable prize in the series. While the game is overly plastic in appearance, it does boast a quality metal faceplate, with a cute painted graphic of the famous plumber being front and center. This Super Mario Bros. Famicom version is the rarest of the 3 Super Mario Bros. Game & Watches. Here you control the fate of Mario, and his mission is to rescue the beautiful Princess Toadstool, who has been captured by the King of the Koopa. There are 8 different worlds to conquer, some you will scroll from right to left in, and some are stationary and the level is timed. When all of the 8 worlds are cleared, the next 8 worlds await. These are known as loops, and there are 9 loops in all. The worlds are called Canyon, the second one is called Gym, the third is known as Burning Room, with the fourth being a water level called Channel, Hop is the 5th level, and Beam the 6th, next up is Maze at number 7, and in at 8 is Burning Road. The enemies to watch out for are Lakitu, a henchman of Koopa who throws a hammer from the cloud to hinder your path, and Bullet Bill who tries to hit you. So it turns out that playing the Famicom really well, gives you the skills and opportunities to win one of the most desirable and sought after Game & Watches ever. This now brings me to this week's photo quiz section, where we ask you the question, what in the world? And sticking to our yellow theme, I'm asking if anyone knows what Nintendo item this is? You can answer in the comments, or simply tune in to next week's episode and find out. So in summary, As we watch the traditional photo montage, I'd ask you all to remember Discun was the mascot for the Famicom Disk System in Japan. He appeared on the top left of every Famicom Disk System manual, and he was bright yellow, just like the original Famicom Disk System floppy data drive medium. We know now that Nintendo once held a Famicom Grand Prix F1 race contest in which the players with the highest scores would receive a Super Mario Bros. Game and watch in a Discun-shaped yellow container. And that just about wraps up this show. I'd kindly seek a like, or thumbs up, as well as a kind comment, and better still a subscription that will allow you to join us on our epic journey, but mostly a sincere and heartfelt thank you for sharing your time.